Eric Magidson here again with CIS070 Intro to Computers using Windows Vista. This is part 2 of Unit E. Let's take a look at changing the desktop appearance. So I've opened up my window here and I can come down to Theme. I'm in Personalization. Again, I'm going to come down to Theme, and here is the Windows Vista theme. Well, let's say I happen to like or more comfortable using the computer with the old Windows Classic, or what I like to call the XP theme. If you notice, as I click on that, it gives me an example of what it's going to look like. Here's the rounded boxes and the lights and all that good stuff. Here's the classic sort of square boxes. If I say OK to this, my computer takes a quick minute, it grays out, and it comes back with that view of the classic. So again, I can come back. I'm going to come back and just change the theme again. I'm going to go to the Windows Vista theme, choose Apply. It'll gray out my computer. And finally, it'll come back with the Windows Vista theme. So that's themes. Now, colors and customization I am unable to do inside the virtual machine because of the limitations of my video card. So I've opened it up for my Windows 7 machine, my base machine that I'm using to record these videos. And if you notice, I have a few more colors than you're going to see in your text. But essentially, I can pick a color. I'm going to pick this color here, and I can enable transparency. If you notice, if I don't enable transparency, I can't see any representation of what might be under that window. If I enable transparency, here I can sort of see what might be under that window. Let me go ahead and make this completely transparent. So if you notice, my color has gone away. I'll step it up just a little bit. Notice my color is coming back. It's becoming less transparent, all the way up to not transparent much at all, but it shows a lot of my color. So again, we can personalize this to any level that we really want. All right, so let's go back here. I'll keep this as pink just for fun, and let's look at fonts. Now, I want to show you that if I right-click on the desktop and come here, not all of my options are available. But now, talking about fonts, the book is mentioning the available fonts that are available to you as you work with documents or you work with notepads and this and that. Let's say we wanted to change the font size. We've changed the resolution, but we'd like to change the font size of things like our icons, etc. We can do that right here from personalization by saying adjust font size DPI. DPI stands for dots per inch. So we'll come in here and click continue. And if you notice, I can take this up to 120 dots per inch. Now, I can't really show you this without completely restarting the computer, but trust me, that font size is going to get bigger. So this is affecting the font size as it pertains to the operating system. But let's go look at fonts, and I'm going to do this through the Start menu, Control Panel. I'm going to come into Appearance and Personalization, and I'm going to come down to Fonts. So if you've ever wondered, what happens if I want to go out and get, say, that Walt Disney font that might be available? You can purchase fonts. Some fonts are free. Remember what I've said about downloading free things on the internet, though? They can come with extra features and functionalities such as spyware, so make sure you know what you're downloading, make sure it's safe. But these are all the fonts that are available for me. Okay, now the book has us come up and click on Arial so we can take a look at a font. It gives us examples of what the font might look like in different dots per inch. You know, at 12 points, it's that. 18, it's going to look like that. Gives us an example of the entire alphabet, lowercase, uppercase, and letters in that font, and information about the font. Now, if we wanted to, we could print this. Okay, so at this point, you know, as you can see, I've got a bunch of fonts in my computer, and your book on page 113 shows you how you can install another font. All right, so this is fonts, and again, fonts are what's available to me as I work with documents and spreadsheets and things on my computer. All right, so that's fonts. Customizing the taskbar. Let's take a look at this. The taskbar, of course, is this area right down here. Now I have a few things open on my taskbar, but to customize the taskbar, I just right-click here, and I can go to Properties. Now notice right now my taskbar is locked, which means I can't make any changes to it. I want to make sure that I can't do things like make it larger. Some people don't realize that if I unlock the taskbar, I can simply do this, and now my taskbar takes up essentially 2 rows. Why would I do this? So I could see more information. Why wouldn't I do this? Because as you notice, it starts to take up more real estate. I certainly wouldn't want to do this with my taskbar. I'm going to take it back down here. And now we're going to look at the toolbar options for my taskbar. If you notice, I have the quick launch toolbar, and what that is this area here that we've talked about in class where I can put icons such as Microsoft Word or Excel and have one click to open them versus filling up my desktop with multiple shortcut icons. Remember, on the desktop I've got a double click, down here I've got a single click. It may not seem like a lot of difference till you do it 5,000-6,000 times. So here I can turn off the desktop. I can turn back on the desktop. The quick launch there in the desktop. Let's see what other options we have here. Address bar. Perhaps I want a shortcut to where I can just type in an address, www.msn.com, without having to open up the browser. It types it in here, it goes ahead and opens up the browser, and eventually takes me to that web page. There it is. So that's another option, but if you notice the address bar, I don't tend to use it because it takes up so much room. But if I'm okay with having 2 layers, now I can move some things up and down and perhaps make it work. So there's address bar. I'm going to turn that off. Let's go in and look at media player. I can have a small media player. If I play a lot of music, the media player will come up eventually here. It's thinking. Let me pause it while it comes up. Alright, so there's the little media player, and I can click on it to open media player, get to things I want. What else do we have in here to look at? Links. So if I want links there, if I have a tablet PC, I can put the input panel, I can throw the desktop on there, or I can customize and create my own custom toolbars if I so need. One of the other options in here of properties that some people like to do is auto hide the taskbar. So let me auto hide the taskbar here. I'm going to choose apply, and the taskbar goes away. So if you notice, it's no longer there. Well, where'd it go? Well, if I just mouse down here, it comes right back. So why might I want to do this? So that I can have more room on my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly unclick the auto hide, choose apply, and back comes my taskbar. So again, a lot of these things I can do right here from right clicking, go to toolbars. I'm going to finally lock my taskbar so nothing changes. I can come in here and go to properties and do some of the similar things here on the taskbar, etc.